Yes, children, good morning. Now we will be discussing the questions and other exercises after the lesson volcanoes. Let us discuss under task for summative assessment. There is a point A, what have you understood? So first we have to answer these questions under what have you understood, means what have you understood about the lesson. First part is answer the following questions. Where did Romans think Vulcan lived? Where did Romans think Vulcan lived? Answer should be written like this. Romans thought that Vulcan lived on the island of Volcanoes This is how we write. Did think becomes thought. So the Romans believed that Vulcan lived on the island of Volcanoes. What is a volcano built up of? What is a volcano built up of? A volcano is built up of molten material from the inside of the earth. A volcano is built up of molten material. What is called a molten material? Something that is made liquid by heating. That is what is called a material, molten material. Question number 3. What is the hollow at the top of the volcano called? Do all the volcanoes have only one crater? The hollow at the top of a volcano is called a crater. Already we discussed in the lesson, children. The hollow at the top of a volcano is called a crater. Do all the volcanoes have only one crater? No. Because when the volcanoes are thousands of years old, there is a possibility that they may have more than 10 or 15 craters also over its surface. How big is a crater lake? The crater lake is about 10 kilometers wide and 610 meters deep. Question number 5. What are the 3 kinds of volcanoes? The 3 kinds of volcanoes are active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, and extinct volcanoes. How many active volcanoes do we know about in the world? Very few. Katmar in Alaska, the Fujiyama in Japan, Java in Indonesia, Mauna Loa in Hawaii. These are some of the active volcanoes that we know about in the world. Okay, children? The key for all these questions and other exercises will be sent to you. You need not bother about that. Now the second part, in the B part, complete the answers to the following questions. Questions are given there. At the beginning, there is a blank given. We have tried what should be written there in the blank to complete the sentence. Okay? What comes up from within a volcano? What comes up from within a volcano? Molten lava. What should be written there in the first blank? Molten lava from deep within the earth. How does the lava come up? It comes up through the cracks in the dash of the earth's crust. It comes up through the cracks in the dash of the earth's crust. And the surface of the earth's crust. How do volcanoes grow? A dash opens, means a hole opens in the ground, and through it come dash and dash, and through it come rock and ash and probably lava. This is how we have to complete the sentences there for the questions. How are the three kinds of volcanoes different from one another? So there are three kinds of volcanoes described in this lesson, children. How are they different from one another? An active volcano has a dash or gases coming from it. Steam or gases. What does an active volcano throw out? Steam or gases coming from it. A dormant volcano is not active now, but scientists think it may become active again. An extinct or dead volcano is one that is dash likely to become dash again. That is never likely to become active again. That is never. A dead volcano or extinct volcano will never likely to become active again. Okay, children, now look at language in use. Grammar part that is discussed in this lesson. Language in use. Be plus past participle. Be plus past participle. Read the sentences from the text there. A volcano is built up of molten material. Is built up of. This material has been pushed up. Look at the second sentence. This material has been pushed up Look at this underlined part. The verbs in the above sentences means these underlined parts here are composed of a form of auxiliary, means be form. What is the be form here? Is. And what is the be form here? Has been. These rounded words are be forms, is a part of a be form, auxiliary be plus past participle of the main verb. What is the meaning of past participle? The third form of the verb is called past participle. How many forms does a verb have? 3. Present, past, past participle. That third form of the verb is called past participle. When be, any be form or any auxiliary, any helping, auxiliary means helping verb is followed by verb form, verb 3 form or past participle form of the verb, then it is the main verb. Now make sentences in the passive as shown above. So such kind of arrangement where the be forms or auxiliary forms are followed by past participle forms of the verb are known to be in passive voice. Means those verbs are said to be in passive voice. Now we have to make sentences using shoes have be polished just now. That be form we have to find out what is the auxiliary that we have to write. We should know. One example is given there. The shoes have been polished just now. Next sentence, street lights have provided in all localities. What should be the answer there? Street lights have been provided in all localities. This underlined part is called passive verb, because you can see the be form followed by V3 form of the verb. Okay, children? Third sentence, shoes should remove before going into the temple. Shoes should be removed. This is the answer we are writing here. Shoes should be removed before going into the temple. So this is auxiliary verb, be form, then followed by V3 form of the verb. That is what is called said to be in passive voice. Many people kill when the volcano erupted in 1883. So many people were killed. Look at the fourth sentence. Many people were killed when the volcano erupted in 1883. So, were is the be form, killed is the V3 form of the verb. This is what is called be plus past participle. Be plus past participle. Sometimes lava is thrown out with tremendous explosions of gases. Sometimes lava is thrown out with tremendous explosions of gases. That's how we write this fifth answer. Most of the island was blown away. The fifth answer, first let us write. Sometimes lava is thrown out see this, is the B form, this is the V3 form, verb past participle. Most of the island was blown away. Sixth sentence, most of the island was blown away. Look at this. Was is the B form, blown away is the V3 form or past participle form of the verb. Like this, we have to complete, write the sentences using the hints given there using be plus past participle. Okay, children? This is how we write the exercise. Next point in this is past participles as adjectives. Past participles as adjectives. What is called past participle, children? Just now we discussed the V3 form of the verb, or the third form of the verb is called past participle form of the verb. So sometimes these V3 forms or past participle forms of the verbs can be used as adjectives also. Look at the phrases given there in the which are taken from the lesson. Some phrases are given there. Look at that phrases, children. A cone-shaped mountain. Look at this. A cone-shaped mountain. This is adjective, but actually it is a V3 form of the verb. This is a noun. So the word which qualifies a noun is called an adjective. This is what is called describing word also. Cone-shaped is past participle form of the verb, but used as an adjective here. In the same way, a saucer-shaped hollow. A saucer-shaped hollow. Hollow is noun, saucer-shaped is an adjective. Actually, it is past participle form of the verb, but used as an adjective. The underlined words in the above phrases describe the nouns such as mountain and hollow. Now, underline the participial adjectives in the following sentences. Look at this. A well-known example of this is in Northwest America. What is the past participle form of the verb which is used as an adjective there? Well-known. In that sentence, well-known. This is participial adjective. There is a freshly washed courtyard outside the building. Freshly washed. Actually, this is a V3 form of the verb but used as an adjective. Freshly washed courtyard. The round shaped earth appears to be flat. Round shaped earth. The round shaped earth appears to be flat. Round shaped is past participle form of the verb but used as an adjective here because it is followed by a noun called earth. The blown away cinders. Look at that. The blown away cinders. This is adjective. V3 form of the verb. Cinders are active burning particles of coal. The blown away cinders fell thousands of kilometers away. The last one, a weaver bird builds a retort-shaped nest. Retort-shaped. This is the adjective there. Retort-shaped nest. Now identify and write the names of parts of speech for the words underlined in these given sentences. A volcano is built up of molten material. What is a volcano? It is a noun. Molten is adjective. Like that you have to write the parts of speech of the underlined words. Sometimes on reaching the surface, it spills over quietly in streams of molten rock called lava. On is preposition, quietly is adverb. Like that you have to write the parts of speech of the underlined words in this particular exercise. Volcano is a noun. Molten is an adjective. Like that, on reaching the surface, on is a preposition. On, preposition. These are all parts of speech of the words we are writing of the underlined words. Quietly is adverb. How many parts of speech are there, children? There are 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, conjunction, preposition, interjection. These are 8 parts of speech. So each and every word here underlined belongs to one of these 8 parts of speech. This is how volcanoes grow. How is an adverb there? Grow is a verb. How volcanoes grow. How means in what way? An active volcano has steam or gases coming from it. Active is adjective. Steam is noun. You know steam, children, when your mother starts cooking rice in a cooker, you can see some white smoke coming out of the cooker. That is what is called steam. Although there are thousands of volcanoes in the world, only about 500 of them have been active since history began. Although is a conjunction. Since is a preposition here. Although is a conjunction. Since is used as a preposition. This is how we write the parts of speech of the underlined words. Now we have word know or vocabulary. Now children, we have vocabulary or word know. Fill in the blanks with suitable letters to form the words which suit the explanations given. There are some explanations given there, and in the brackets there are some letters given there. There are some blanks also. You have to fill in the blanks with suitable letters to form the correct words which suit the explanations given. One is already given there. You, as an example, you can see that a piece of land surrounded by water on all its four sides is called an island. A piece of land surrounded by water on all its four sides is called an island. Any or all things. Any or all things. What is that? Material. M-A-T-E-R-I-A-L. You have to fill in that there. Loud blast. What is called loud blast? We discussed there in the lesson. An explosion. E-X-P-L-O-S-I-O-N. Explosion. That has died out. Fourth one. That has died out. That is called extinct. E-X-T-I-N-C-T. Extinct. A very big hill. What is a very big hill called? A mountain. M-O-U-N-T-A-I-N. Mountain. Person who experiments with science is called a scientist. S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T. Scientist. Who experiments with science is called a scientist. All these words are taken from the lesson only, children. You have to learn those words and spellings very thoroughly. Many or more. That is several. S-E-V-E-R-A-L. Many or more. Several. S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T. Scientist. Now look at the words given below. Horseshoe, cone shaped. So these are the words formed with two different words. Look at these, children. This is another interesting exercise for you. Horseshoe. This is made up of two words. Actually, this is one word only, but this is made up of two words like horse and shoe. In the same way, cone shaped. This is made up of two different words. Such words are called compound words. Now, match the words under A with those under B to form meaningful words. Let us match that. Bed, bug. What is the combination here? Bed, bug. Wrist, watch. See how you can combine those words, match those words to make meaningful words. Letter box. Letter box. Hairstyle. Walking stick. See, with two different words, are we able to use or are we able to make new words or not? When you take those two words separately, they give two different meanings. When they combine together, they give another meaning there. This is the interesting part of the exercise. These words, such words are called compound words. Now, under C, another point under bit C in this exercise called word no, we have got opposite words, violent, non-violent, active, inactive. How is that Opposite formed there, here by adding the letters non, here by adding the letters in, in. Okay? Now write opposites. The words which are the letters which are added to at the front of another word to make its opposite, they are called prefixes. Prefix means what? Fixing the letters before. Pre means before. So when you use prefixes, in is a prefix here. Active, when you add the in prefix, it becomes opposite of that word active. In the same way, when you add the letters non to the letters violent, to the word violent, that it becomes opposite of that word violent called non-violent. These two rounded up parts are called prefixes. Now, write opposites for the following words using the prefixes given there. Active, inactive, already we told you. Understand, misunderstand. See how the opposites are formed by using prefixes. Understand. What is the prefix used here? MIS, miss. Misunderstand. This is the prefix used. In the same way, comfortable, uncomfortable. What is the prefix used there? This is the prefix. Comfort, discomfort. Don't write uncomfort here. When it is comfort, we have tried discomfort. What is the prefix used here? DIS, dis. Poisonous, non-poisonous. This is the prefix. This is how we form the opposites. Now, another two more important exercises under spelling and pronunciation are given. Let us complete them before we come to the end of this class. Spelling. Look at that. Explode plus SION. That becomes explosion. Look at the last letters, how the spelling changed there. Complete plus ION, completion. Now, the letters which are added at the end of the word, they are called suffixes now. Now, we have to add either TION or SION to the following words, following letters. Station, what do you add there? TION. Mission, MISSION. So SION we are adding there. Tension, TENSION. Very regularly used word. Nation, nation means country with people. Nation. Occasion. Look at the spelling there. Occasion. SION. Rotation. TATION. Rotation. Earth rotates. Earth takes around itself. That is what is called rotation. Mention. MENTION. In the same way, revision. 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 Caution, CAUTION. Then invention, INVENTION. This is how we fill the words there with SION or TION to make new words there. Spellings, how they change. You can very easily, we can have to identify them very carefully, study the changes in the spellings also. How the plurals are formed sometimes you can see, generally we know a plural is formed by adding either S or ES to the given word. Here volcano, volcanoes, ES is In the same way, mango, just S is not enough there. Mango, you have to add ES there, that becomes mangoes. This is how sometimes plurals are formed. Now notice how the spellings have changed from singular to plural. Okay? The last bit in this is pronunciation, children. Look at those words and read aloud. Your teacher will be reading aloud those words. The, that, although, they, this. Now listen to your teacher read these words aloud. Thought, earth, through, throne, thousand. That means the letters TH have two different sounds in two different sets of words there you see. Note the difference in the sound of TH in these sets of words. Okay children, with that we come to the end of the exercises here. We shall meet you in the next class. Thank you.